Hi, welcome. So, I'm going to show you how to take your project like your Python project, SQL project and put online in the next video. But in this video, I want to show you something interesting which is about collaborating with Git and GitHub, because when you'll be working with a team of developers or other tech colleagues, and then you'll be able to put your code on GitHub, do some pull requests, do some new branches, merge them, some code reviews. So these are terms maybe you've heard, but then I'll introduce you to them so that when you start working, you should be able to fit in with the team easily. So let's just go straight to the computer and see how to collaborate using Git and GitHub. So here we have this project we did last video, so you can always go back and take a look at the last video. But here is the repository we created on GitHub, and both locally, here is the repository as well that was created locally. So you might want now to open up your Git bash here. So I'll just right click in this folder and open up Git bash here. So my Git bash is now here, and then I can be able to, I'm inside here, project 2, and this is already the master branch. So it's already a Git initialized repository as we saw in the last video. So now what I want to do now is, before I make any changes, maybe I'm working on a feature to maybe change the color or to update some formula or whatever, it is best practice to do a Git pull. So you're trying to rebase, you're trying to get the same level as the master branch, so which is here. So here you get what is there as of now. So maybe other developers have added some new things and then it has been merged into the master branch. So now you need to do a Git pull to pull everything and put it in your local repository here, create your own branch, work on that branch, and then push it back so that you can add maybe whatever task you are supposed to be doing. So let's just do that as we are saying. So the first thing to type is Git pull. So Git pull, now you say origin and the master. So when you do that now, you pull and then it's saying already up to date. So there's no changes that has been added here on GitHub here. So everything that I have here is the same as what is online. So that's good. So what you want to do, you don't want to start maybe doing modifying a text file and directly into the master. So the good way of working is to do a checkout. We've seen these commands already, but we are just putting them now to use. You can always go back and look at previous videos. So I want to create a new branch, maybe called new feature 1. So they've assigned me to change a feature, and this is how you mostly work. Each of you will be working on different features and on different branches. So I'm saying a git checkout minus b new feature. So now I'm moved away from the master branch and I'm now working on my own branch, which is called new feature 1. So here I can do some modifications. So maybe if in this file I add another text file, for example, I add another text file, maybe I just say text file again. I'm just to show you. So I add another text file, and then now when I go now, I'm in this branch. So I'm not in the master, so I can go and do a git add dot. Then I check the status. For example, you could check the status before or after, but let me just check the status to be sure. So it is waiting. This file, text file again, is waiting to be committed. So I'm going to do a git commit minus m, then put in my comment. So maybe I just said, I don't know, something which should really be relevant, but I'll just say modified new feature, I don't know, something like that, just new feature 1 or so. So you need to really write something that makes sense. So if I commit this now, and then now I'm now going to push this change. So I'm going to say git push, then now I'll say origin. Now I'm saying new feature, so I'm pushing it now to the new feature 1 branch. So when I do that now, if you see, you have it here. So if you see now, it's from new feature 1 to new feature 1. So let's go there and see what has happened. So if I go here and I click here, let me just, if you see it already here, there's a new feature that has been recently pushed, as you can see. So That's your new feature. Now it is asking for the pull request. That was a new branch that I'm trying to push here. So if now you go here, you can decide now to go to the compare and pull here, as you see. So this is now when now we are trying to do some code review. So this is the name of what you sent here. So maybe you can leave a comment here, and then maybe say you want to review this thing or so. So you can leave a comment here, and then now you create now a poll. So if you create a poll now, you would see that here it is now showing you that, okay, this is your poll, and then we are now wanting to see if we can merge this pull request to the master branch, for example, to see what are the new things that you've put in here, for example. So you can see here, if I go up here, you can see here that this is the owner, and then this is the modified new feature, and then requires branch what approval from viewers. This branch has no conflicts, so there is no conflict with your original branch there. There is nothing that is here and is there. So if I go to, for example, merge pull request, for example, so you can see that I have now accepted that this feature that has been added should be merged. So this is where now they do a code review, and then they say this is confirmed. So the person doing the pull request might leave a comment and say, for example, good job, or good job, for example, on what you just did, good job, for example, and then now say he's confirming to merge. So that comment has been sent, and then now you can now do your merge of your pull request, confirm merge. And now when you confirm merge, now if you want, you could delete the branch. That's delete this new feature branch, because maybe you've already merged it, it's no use. You see the comment here, good job. Or you could leave the branch as it is, and then when you come now back here, let's go back to the code, for example, you can see that you now have two branches. So you have the master branch and the new feature branch. And then now if you see, the master branch now has this text file again that you've added, and now the master branch contains this. So if you go back now here, everything you have here now is in the master branch as well, as we saw. So you've been able to branch out from the master, work on your code, do some changes, do a pull request, and then there is a code review to see if your code makes sense. Maybe your manager is going to review it, leave his comments. If you had the codes in lines, like if you were writing lines in the text files, he can leave comment line per line, and then at the end now he merges it, and then we successfully have this now back to master. So you can still go back again, do another pull request, create a second branch, maybe new feature 2, work on something else again, push it back so that there's that pull request. Then they compare it, they might say no, it's not okay, you still add something else, then push it back again, and then they say now it's fine, and then they are going to merge the request. So just wanted to make sure that you are able to collaborate and just get this basic, so that when you're working as a team, you can be able to work along with others, share your work, and do pull requests, code reviews, and merges. So I hope you've been able to learn how to collaborate, the basics, so you can always start working and use this at your job. Collaborate with other team members by creating a new branch, working on that feature, pushing it, raising a pull request so that it can be merged and it can be added to the master branch. So see you next video. Wish you good data luck.